We are the flour in your bread, the salt on your fries, and the chocolate in your dessert.
The family? The family's the chocolate in my dessert? Hey friends, welcome back to Woah, Nelly. If you are subscribed to this channel, my free avocado, my dear subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below to claim your free avocado. Free with every video that I upload. Now you might be saying, well, it's right there. Of course it's free. No, this is for subscribers. Also, I am really trying to get this channel to 10,000 subscribers. So if you are not subscribed, hit it. Hit it right now. Go on. And that way maybe I can achieve my dream of 10,000 people getting a free avocado. Friends, weird things are happening on the internet. TikTok is a strange place. We all know that. It's weird. TikTok is a weird place. We're all there. Everybody's on there. We're all looking at the weird stuff and we're saying this is a weird place, but yet we can't look away. I just saw a video posted by Atozi. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't even know. But in his video, he was talking about people that they're freezing fruit roll-ups and then eating them, but they're eating them with the plastic on, and the companies had to come out and be like, please don't do that, which they shouldn't have to do. Also, I've seen this new trend where people are having to go to the hospital because they're eating this gum that has like this ridiculous high Scoville level, like it's super hot gum, and they're like, I don't know exactly what the challenge entails. I imagine it's eating more than one piece or something, because they are eating this gum and it is like causing all sorts of problems. So I mean, there's that side of TikTok. There's also, you know, the good side of TikTok. We got funny people over there, people I love to watch. There's like good, like quick informational videos on like how to like DIY stuff or blah, blah, blah. And you know, there is good things on there. The thing that I want to talk about today is TikTok conspiracies. Now, I've been on TikTok quite a few times, and as I'm scrolling through the For You page, like some weird video will pop up with like this dramatic music, and it just sounds terrifying, but it's like the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard, and they're claiming that it's some kind of like real conspiracy, and isn't this so scary, and it's so dumb. I thought it would be kind of fun to blind react to some of those videos, so I called my team to help me with that, my team being Allie. I had her scroll through TikTok and see if she could find some weird stuff. Now, I don't know what she found. I have no idea. She sent them on a Google Drive, and she said it's like 30 minutes worth of TikToks, and we don't have time to watch all of them. But I'm gonna scroll through, and we're gonna react to some of the good ones. Okay, we're gonna find some of the good, the strange, the whatever. The cats are now chasing each other. Friends, I'm in the middle of something. All right, let's get into this. I am ready. I am nervous. I am going to Google Docs.
The dumbest conspiracy theories on Earth that people actually believe. Right, so let's take a look. The moon doesn't exist. Right, yeah, sure.
Are people saying that?
Sure. People believe the moon is a hologram that is projected into the sky every night. What? Oh my days. Oh my days. Nah, I'm sorry. The dinosaurs built the pyramids of Egypt. Yeah, I bet they did. I bet they did. Who is writing these? What? It says that it was written in the Old Testament that dinosaurs helped the Egyptians to build the Great Pyramids.
Okay, I'm not saying that I have read all of the Old Testament, but I'd like to know where. I'm gonna do a little research on that in just a second. Oh, okay, we got a new one. This is Conspiracy
Welcome
Brew.
to Conspiracy Brew. Have you ever taken a look at the moon and wondered how it got there? There are so many theories about how the moon actually formed and how it's an integral part of our lives, even how it can individually affect us in our moods. When you think about the moon, it is the only object in our solar system with a perfect sphere, with a distance from our planet perfect enough to create solar eclipses and even move our oceans.
Okay.
The theory that gets me thinking the most is the hollow moon theory. Supposedly, the moon is a hollow spaceship, and NASA doesn't completely disagree with this notion. A quote from Dr. Gordon McDonnell from NASA stated, "It would seem that the moon is more like a hollow than a homogeneous sphere." Let's look at some reasons for this hollow moon theory. First, we typically find denser material towards the core of the planet and lighter material towards the surface. On the moon, it's the opposite. Second, moon dust is made up of different chemical makeup than the rocks on the moon. It is a bit strange when supposedly the moon should be the same chemical makeup as the Earth. The moon doesn't have a magnetic field, but the moon rocks do. Also, the moon rocks are much younger than the Earth. The creepiest thing is that the craters on the moon seem to all be the same depth with no explanation. To make it worse, during the Apollo 12 mission, they decided to drop a lunar lander on the surface of the moon. When it crashed, NASA's seismic measurement tool was able to record the moon ring like a bell for more than an hour. This would never happen on a normal planet. The maximum reverb is closer to 2 to 3 minutes on Earth. This is another quote from Dr. Robin Brett from NASA. It seems much easier to explain the moon's non-existence than the moon's existence. Honestly, we're about to go back to the moon in 2025, and I think we will find much more than just moon dust.
I love that most of these right now are about space, and I just happened to wear my NASA shirt today. That's pretty fantastic. Okay, but let me just ask this. I'm not a scientist by any means, or I don't claim to know everything about like the solar system, but let me just put some things up here. Are these not spheres? Can somebody in the comments explain to me what he means by the moon is the only thing in the solar system that's a sphere? I don't think that's right. Is that right? Also, isn't the sun technically a sphere? Like, I know it's got like, fire all around it, but at its core, isn't it a sphere? I'm just going to show you JoJo. She's currently listening to me talk about whether or not the moon is a sphere and whether or not it's the only sphere in the galaxy. Even she looks confused. My thoughts is that the moon is just the moon. It's just a giant rock that happens to be in our gravitational pull, and it helps our planet in different ways. That's the moon. Second theory, maybe the moon is hollow and we can just like crack it open, kind of like the inside of a Kinder egg, and maybe there's like really good stuff in there. Or maybe the dinosaurs were all aliens and the moon was like their spaceship, and now they're just in the moon. You ever think about that? The dinosaurs have a whole ecosystem, a city. They're running banks and they have their own economy. What do we think about that theory? We're going to go up there in 2025. They're going to open up a little hole, and the moon's going to open, and the velociraptors are going to... Okay, I'm done. The moon is the moon. The moon is the moon. Don't make me say it again. The moon is the moon.
Did you know that NASA proved that the moon is fake and was put there by aliens?
Allie, why are these all about the moon? No, I like it. It's fine. It's good. Okay, so the moon was put there by aliens this time. Okay.
Hold on, let me explain. There is evidence from NASA that the moon is hollow and is empty inside, like me. This evidence is from...
So this is common on TikTok? Have any of you seen these, that it's hollow? Is that what we're all thinking? I've never heard this until just now, that people are thinking the moon is hollow. I mean, I've heard the earth is flat, but the earth is flat and the moon is hollow? And so what's next? The sun is made of ice? What's going on here?
Apollo 12, when it went to the moon 4 months after Apollo 11. Apollo 12 left seismometers on the moon to detect if the moon had earthquakes or moonquakes. After this, NASA crashed things that they already knew the mass of into the moon and watched the seismic readings. When they observed the readings, they saw the signal going back and forth, ringing like a bell for an hour. This means there would need to be insanely huge...
I just have to, I'm gonna do some research. Did the moon ring like a bell? Okay, this is actually from NASA. This is like from their website. Oh, okay. Well, okay, yes, that is what it says on NASA's website. But if you keep reading, it says, so moonquakes set it vibrating like a tuning fork. Even if a moonquake isn't intense, it just keeps going and going. Okay, see, that makes sense to me. It makes a lot more sense to me than it being hollow. Okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna skip this one because I have debunked it. I am now a conspiracy theory debunkist. The moon is the moon. The moon is the moon. Don't make me say it again. The moon is the moon. Hi, honey.
Why can we see blue sky behind the moon?
Because the moon isn't painted on the sky. The moon is a 3D object.
The moon is the moon. The moon is the moon.
Okay, so I know I said earlier that I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel, but I don't know how many of you are on Poshmark, but they usually will send you like an inspirational thing of the day. This one just said to dream big. So now I guess I'm trying to get to 100,000 in 4 months. Thanks, Poshmark.
Did you know there's proof that the moon is either a hologram
There's
or
not proof, sir. There's not. Okay.
projected illusion that's part of the simulation? The proof is actually something that you can try for yourself with your very own camera. It's called a lunar wave, and it was first made popular on YouTube by a user named Crow777. If you watch his videos closely, you'll see what looks like a digital wave flow across the surface of the moon as it moves in the sky. The wave appears to be a glitch in the technology that's used to project and render the moon in its location. Many people dismiss this as faulty camera equipment or wave distortion from the surface of the Earth, yet they fail to look at the facts. So many people have had the same effect happen to them while simply looking at the moon through a telescope with their own eyes. Others have used different cameras, including cell phones, to capture the same exact glitch. Therefore, if this is an effect of the Earth, don't you think it would be present all of the time? Instead, this lunar glitch is actually a rare occurrence and takes people many nights of recording to actually capture it. I have more proof on this glitch in the simulation, and I'll be releasing a full video on my Simulology channel, so stay tuned.
If it was... Okay. Why would this only be happening when you're looking at it through like a telescope or a camera? If it was really having problems with its projection every now and then, wouldn't we like just see the moon like glitch out? Like just like start to flicker or something? Wouldn't we see any other kind of proof of this fault? Why does the faulty equipment only cause a ripple line? Like that's a pretty specific fault.
It's no secret that all Pokemon are identified by their elemental properties, ranging from
Okay, we've jumped onto Pokemon. I'm ready. I am ready.
fire and water to dragon and steel. But it's ghost Pokemon that stand out as some of the oddest, because if the 3 original ghost Pokemon, Ghastly, Hauntar, and Gengar, really are ghosts, then what Pokemon are they ghosts of? One theory argues that the answer is lurking on the other end of the spectrum, in the realms of the original fairy Pokemon. Fairy types are...
That's really interesting. I never thought about that.
There's a striking similarity between the fairy Pokemon Clefable and the ghost Pokemon Gengar. From their pointy ears, stubby limbs, and 3-fingered hands, their silhouettes are unnervingly similar.
Well, I wouldn't call it unnerving, but...
Not only that, but Gengar is also known as the Shadow Pokemon. A shadow of what? Well, when you flip it around like this...
Coincidence? I think not!
I agree.
Could this mean that Gengar is the dark spirit of a very sweet but very dead Clefable? Well, if so, then what about the fairy Pokemon before Clefable's evolution? Do they also have ghost-type counterparts? Upsettingly, the theory follows that the adorably tiny, ball-like Cleffa perishes into the ghostly sphere of Ghastly, and the cute-eared Clefairy is trapped in the form of Haunter. What kind of dreadful end did these poor Pokemon meet for their souls to be trapped like this? Well, I have another theory, but I don't think you're going to be able to stomach it.
Cliffhanger. Now that is interesting. That is interesting. Thanks for throwing that one in there, Alec. I never thought about ghost Pokemon being from a different Pokemon, but I mean, that's how you get ghosts. You want ghosts, that's how you get ghosts. Ooh, we're coming up on, I don't know if it's celebrities in general, but I see Billie Eilish, so I guess we're coming up on some celebrity conspiracies. Celebrity, that sounded weird. Celebrity conspiracies.
Have you heard the scary conspiracy theory about Billie Eilish that says she will die an early, shocking death all because of her eyes?
The fact that I'm gonna die one day and no one will remember me makes me feel so good.
As you can see, Billie...
That's a sad clip. Billie, people are gonna be remembering you, and I hope that makes you feel good. I don't know why that made me sad. That just made me really sad. I don't want anybody in the world to think that way. I need to find that whole clip because I know that was probably taken. I mean, it might have been in context, but I'm sure there was stuff said before and after that would. Anyways, moving on. Why are her eyes going to make her pass away early?
Eilish has a lot of white showing underneath the iris of her eyes. Anyone with these type of eyes called yin senpaku eyes are cursed according to Japanese superstition. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul and predict the soul's fate. And in the theory, anyone with these eyes met a tragic end. They're pretty rare, as you can see, I don't have them. Japanese authors were able to predict John F. Kennedy's assassination death and Marilyn Monroe's suspicious overdose death just because of their eye. According to the theory, anyone with these type of eyes are in danger from the outside world. People are out to get them. Other examples including the great Michael Jackson, who was killed by his doctor, and more recently, Mac Miller, who was sold something counterfeit. People with the opposite eyes, whites showing above the iris, people with opposite eyes with white showing above the iris are said to be a danger to everyone else, like Charles Manson.
Okay, now I'm curious, what are my eyes doing? So if I'm looking normal, my eyes be like this, but like, I feel like you could kind of like, does that change anything? Or if I was crazy, I could be like, does that change anything? I feel like it's an angle thing. I'm just gonna say that.
Most recent example that people within this theory have noticed is Juice WRLD. I'm just spilling the tea, I know Billy will be okay.
But did you see that picture of him? He's like, of course you're gonna see more white in your eye when your eyes are floating up. Am I crazy? No, if I was crazy, I'd be like with the whites on top. So I'm not crazy, but oh, is this another lizard people situation?
Yes, that's right. It's a lizard. They're lizard men. They're the people in control. They're the ones pulling all the strings, running the governments. They're the ones using up all the resources. Upping the taxes. It's the lizard men that control it. Why do you think that poor people can't get rich? Why is the wage growth and the poverty getting even bigger? Because the lizard men are in charge. They're the ones controlling and manipulating the system. And if people don't jump on board and start acting against the lizard men, then we're all in trouble. And that's why I'm doing this.
Friends, it's not lizard people. It's greed. Okay? Now, if you're not from America, you'd probably be listening to this and be like, lizard people, that doesn't make any sense. However, I could see why maybe people might think that lizards are in charge because, not to get political or anything, but our president does need to be told what mark to stand on and what to do at every event that he's at, much like a lizard would have to be told a lot of times what to do. He's doing great. He's just doing his best. Okay, anyways, moving on.
We are the flour in your bread, the salt on your fries, and the chocolate in your dessert.
The family? The family's the chocolate in my dessert?
We are the pork or chicken you eat for dinner, the cotton in your clothing, and the fertilizer in your field. We are Cargill, the second largest private company in the world.
Cargill has engaged in wartime profiteering in World War II. They tried to corner the corn market during the Dust Bowl, and they've obliterated rainforest biomes. They made a record $165 billion last year.
Why are they blocking out their eyes? It makes me feel like these are just regular humans that they've... I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to look more into this too.
Their intelligence on food and agriculture has even been said to exceed the CIA's. But it's entirely up to the Cargill family what is made public, because they still own 80...
In this picture, we can see his face. Why all the other pictures, no eyeballs, but in this one, it's fine. Take a look at his eyes. Are they crazy eyes or are they normal eyes? Does he have evil eyes? That's how you know. What is this light? I need to go... Hold on. I'm going to go close the window before I just end up being a beam. Okay, it got a little darker, but that's okay. We're still looking good. Okay, here we go.
8% of the company. They are one of 4 corporations that nearly all agricultural commodities pass through, but their invisibility is no accident. You can't boycott Cargill if you can't see Cargill. That's why these 14 billionaires belong to the most...
Okay, I'm gonna do some research on that, and I'll get back to you on what I think. I don't know. I don't know what I think.
There's about 150 people that run the world.
Just 150? That's amazing.
Anybody who wants to go into politics, they're all puppets. There are 150.
I get that we had to bleep out that cuss word, but that was... Whoa.
50, and they're all men. that run the world. They control most of the important assets. They control the money flows. And these are not the tech entrepreneurs. And when you get behind the curtain and see how that world works, what you realize is it is unfairly set up for them and their progeny.
That's it. We're not going to delve into that. Also, I hear a lot of people talking about this curtain. Let me just say, I'm perfectly fine not being behind the curtain, but I just like to know, where is this curtain? Like, people are always like, there's a bunch of people that just control everything in the world. So, like, where are they stationed? Is there just some in each country? Like, some on each continent? How are we divvying up the responsibility of all this? That's just... And then, okay, I'm not saying there's not greedy, bad people in power. I just don't know if this is what's actually happening. If it is, hey, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't got any proof that it's not. You're right. I don't have any proof that the moon's not hollow. I also don't have any proof that JoJo's not just a lizard in a fursuit. I have no proof. Okay, all I have is what I think. Is this about the dinosaurs building the pyramids? Because I would love to know why they think this.
So they're telling us pyramids were simply built with humans, horses, and carriages, huh? Well, I'd say those blocks are quite big and heavy. I'm not sure if even a few people would be able to handle that.
Well, they weren't carrying them. They were most likely, from what I've seen, they were probably rolling them. They had wheels. We knew about wheels then. Wheels. Everybody always makes fun of me for how I say wheels, because sometimes I say wills. They had wheels.
They're not even the biggest blocks out there that are part of ancient constructions, you know. Now this one gets a little more tricky. So how would they do that? Normal people. Now how would they carry that? I cannot imagine. I am, however, able to imagine once I see this on the left. So I imagine there is to be giants roaming the earth, and that's just a crazy theory, right?
Giants? How giant were they? Like in this picture, are those 6-foot men? And that's like a 10-foot dude? Or what's happening here? What is happening here? Why is that guy attacking all those tigers?
Only like logical sense of what happened with the pyramids is like dinosaurs. When you look back at it, like those guys were big enough to like move. You know, like they didn't have bulldozers, they didn't have cranes. Have you seen the Flintstones? Maybe the Flintstones weren't not that far off, and maybe they had some sort of Flintstone setup with like brontosauris were used as cranes. You know, Fred clocking into work, going to the construction site with their little stone wheels and their cars. Like then they built the Great Pyramid of Giza. Like I think that is probably the most logical thing as to how we built the pyramids, right?
Okay, so that's what they were meaning about the dinosaurs building the pyramids. But don't we have proof that the dinosaurs weren't around at the same time? Gosh, I look like an idiot, but like dinosaurs weren't around with people. I mean, we have like crocodiles, or is it out both of them? I don't know. They're here and they were dinosaurs, right? But like I don't know what that's about. I don't know about brontosauruses being around then. I don't know anything about that. Have we found brontosaurus bones by the pyramids? I know we found like whale bones out in the desert, and that was weird. I've seen that. Whales. Whales in the desert. Yep, they were like ancient whales. That was weird.
So you're going to go to Walmart to go to the pickle aisle.
Okay, that's a good setup. We're going to the pickle aisle. Got it. Okay, Sako, you're not helping anything.
And I want you to get a regular sized jar of pickles, but the baby pickles, right? The little baby pickles. Okay. And then I need you to go over to where they have the big bulk item. If you need to get like a gallon of ranch dressing, that's where you get it, right? And then I want you to find like a jumbo container of baby dill pickles. You can get them in a giant jar.
Okay.
They're not the same pickles. What it is a very large jar of like medium-sized pickles. They are twice the size of the baby pickles that are in the baby pickles jar. How has this gone under the radar, and how have we as a people and as a country and as consumers and as men going to let them put those medium-sized pickles in the giant pickle jar and try to sell them to you and your family?
If these lizard people don't stop messing with the pickles, curtains wide open on this one. I'm glad we got to end on that pickle situation. Thanks, Allie, for sending those out to me. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed those. All right, guys, Thank you so much for watching. I know a lot of you come here because you're subscribed to see my foster journey, and I know that maybe this content isn't exactly what you want to see. I just wanted to let you know that content about my foster journey will still be on this channel. I will just upload as soon as I have things to upload about it, and I don't always have things to upload about it because those things are slow moving. And so in the meantime, here I am. I don't know what these videos are. It's just where I film anything I want. And today, this is what I wanted. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And if you enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and hit the like button down below. And if you are new here, please subscribe so you can always have your free avocado with every video. Oh yeah, and I'm dreaming big. 100,000 subscribers in 4 months. Can we do it? I don't know. Yes, I do. We can. The app told me so. Hey, I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.
Live in the moment till I die.